I'm Bjorn, movie archaeologist man, and I'm still on my vacation, but George Miller put out a movie. I'm going to drop the pretense, and when George Miller puts out a movie, I show up, even if it's at a midnight screening like I saw today. Dude, what is wrong with you? What is this unusual behavior? Get that fuck out of here, too. You're going away. You're going away. Okay. The movie I saw was Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga, which is a lengthy name, and they probably could have just called this thing Furiosa. They had to have Mad Max in the title, though. And let me just get right off the bat and get my complaint out of the way. I really have one big complaint with this movie. The CGI fucking sucks. I mean, it's abhorrently bad, like unforgivably terrible, and you're gonna notice it almost immediately. It's very clear right off the bat that, unlike Fury Road, they're not filming in a desert, and it's very jarring and weird, and it never gets better. There's a particular instance of CGI that me and my buddy who I saw it with, where someone jumps on a horse, and it's like literally like the worst looking CGI I've ever seen in my life. But besides that, this movie's fucking awesome. It's not quite as good as Fury Road, but it's also not trying to be Fury Road at all. It's a revenge thriller following Furiosa trying to get revenge on some nerd who did some bad things to her a couple of different times. And yeah, it's pretty good. Anya Taylor-Joy as Furiosa is pretty good. She maybe has 20 lines, doesn't say much, but you know what? Physicality on set. That's all that matters. Much like Max in the Fury Road movie. All that matters is that her presence is good, and Chris Hemsworth talks a shit ton and is amazing. Arguably, like some of the best villain acting I've seen in a while. Yeah, Chris Hemsworth is like fucking awesome in this movie. He plays very off-key. Basically he's not playing Thor in this one, which I always appreciate people trying something new. And he's a very, very unlikable asshole all through this movie, and it's awesome. It really works. He is detestable, but also very interesting. There seems to be a lot of layers to him, and honestly, the movie doesn't even really delve into much of it. It's just sort of in the background, like sort of happening if you're paying attention. They tease out hints of his backstory and give you these little props that seem to represent something to him, but we never really hear what causes it. So there's certain scenes in the movie where you're not sure if he's bullshitting or not, and it works really well. Again, he is super hateable in this movie, and it works really well for the overall revenge narrative they're weaving here. There's some great action set pieces here, kind of hampered by the fact that a lot of it is CGI and a lot of it looks pretty terrible, but if you can look past that, which I was able to for most of the movie, the scenes themselves are pretty good, and there's some really highlighted moments all throughout them. The movie ends on one of the most metal and badass things I've ever seen. A lot of the actual narrative and plot is better. It's like, the way I would talk about this movie is, it's a worthy successor to Fury Road. It actually sets up a lot of what happens in Fury Road and makes Fury Road make more sense. When you watch the film, I found myself being less drawn to the action and more drawn to the characters and the dialogue, bizarrely, and the plot, which is significantly better in Fury Road. So clearly George Miller was trying something new, and it works. So all in all, as for a movie to watch on your beach vacation, if you can look past admittedly pretty terrible CGI, this one is pretty fucking good, and I'm going to give Mad Max a Furiosa story an 8 out of 10, I think. I'd have to see it again to really judge, but I think there's enough good Mad Maxisms in here to carry it past really bad CGI. Like, I wish I had footage I could show you. It's maybe don't let George Miller anywhere near a green screen ever again, guys. He really went crazy. It was like Neil Breen, after Neil Breen discovered green screens, his movies sort of had the same energy. So let's keep George Miller in the desert and away from the green screens, guys. Alright, I'll see you all in the next one.